What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the channel. On my way out to make an ice cream run. Going by the local Brewster's to get the key lime pie ice cream that I like. Taking my cooler with me. It does fit inside of my top case on the Honda Goldwing 6th Gen. They made a larger top case for it in 2021. 6th Gen started in 2018, and then they increased the size of this top case on it in 2021. So this is actually a 2023 model. Candy Ardent Red is the color. Actually has 3 colors on it. There's a lighter color here, a darker painted pinstripe, and then a lighter color than this pinstripe. I don't know if you can see it well in the light here, but on my way to get some ice cream. Put your helmets on and let's ride. Let me turn my Cardo Bluetooth communication device on. Have a Cardo Edge. Pretty satisfied with it. My previous 2 communication devices were made by Sena. Had the Sena SMH10 was the first one I had when I got my first motorcycle. Then I upgraded to the Sena, I think it was the, what is it, the 20S, I think it is. It was an upgrade to the SMH10. It actually had its own FM radio on it. It has its own FM radio on it. I still use it. It's mounted on the helmet that I ride the Hayabusa, the Suzuki Hayabusa on. So it's mounted to that. Just going for a quick ride to go pick up this ice cream before the rain comes in tomorrow. Got a storm forecasted with heavy winds, so I think it's scheduled to be, or forecasted to be here tomorrow or tonight. So you can kind of see got a mix of sun behind me and clouds in front of me, but it's not supposed to rain anytime soon today. Maybe in an overnight hour. So overnight hours. Just had to come out and see if that cooler would fit in my top case, and it does. I would imagine that it would not in the pre-2021 model of the Honda Goldwing. Like I said, it's still 6th generation Honda Goldwing. The new 2025 model has come out, which is the 50th anniversary model of the Honda Goldwing. I think I'm going to take a ride up to the dealership where I bought this one from in Tennessee. I think on the 29th I think they have a demo ride up there then, so I may ride up there to check out that 50th anniversary model. So it should be pretty good. I actually wanted to see the new gold color. I didn't care for it when I saw it in pictures at first, and I kept looking at it, it probably grew on me. I don't plan on buying, trading or buying that particular model, but I just wanted to see that gold color in person. My previous bike was a 2012 Yamaha Star Roadliner S, and it was a gold colored bike. Yamaha actually called that color seashell, and I actually love that bike. Love that color on that bike, love that bike. Love the look of it once I added my Batwing fairing and my saddlebags to it. Has some wide saddlebags that were designed for the Yamaha Roadliner. So I'll see how that gold looks. Hope you guys got your helmet on. You have to wear them while you're watching this video. Wear your helmets. We're in Georgia, so you have to have your helmets on. So let's be safe on this ride. After riding since 06, 07, after I took my motorcycle safety foundation class, I've ridden in different weather conditions. I try to avoid rain. I don't care to ride in rain. And after those years of riding, I've decided that my perfect riding weather may be around 73 degrees, at least here in Georgia, metro Atlanta area. 73 degrees and mostly sunny, not necessarily complete sun. What's your perfect riding conditions if you're a rider? It just seems to be more pleasant to ride in those temperatures for me. Put a comment below. Let me know what's your perfect riding temperature and sky conditions is for you to ride in, or maybe it doesn't matter as long as you're out. Another thing I notice when I'm riding, I notice how well I can notice the scents of flowers and different things out. That's kind of enjoyable. And also how the weather conditions, how you feel in weather conditions. I've noticed when I went over a creek on the interstate, I can feel the temperature difference as soon as I crossed the creek that went under the interstate. So that's I guess an enjoyable part of riding for me. Different scents, different feelings, the breeze, all of those things are enjoyable on motorcycles for me. So people that don't ride may not understand what us riders enjoy about riding. So as long as you're safe and watching other riders or other drivers around, that's what I enjoyed about taking the things I learned in the Motorcycle Safety Foundation class. It's not just about safe riding. Well, not just about riding, because they actually don't teach you how to ride per se, as they said in my class at least. They teach you how to ride safe. So let me know what your feelings are about riding, and whether you've actually taken the Motorcycle Safety Foundation. The basic rider class is the one I've taken so far. Let me know how you feel and whether you agree with me that not everybody should ride. If they're not confident in riding and cautious, don't drive four-wheel vehicles that well. It's really not for everybody, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Sitting here noticing how windy it is right now. And I can imagine the storm that's coming, how it may feel. That this is, we have sun and clouds going through sun and clouds. Right now 67 degrees. Just getting a feeling for different things here. Not too far away from Brewster's ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? In general, mine is strawberry, is for the basic flavors, but this Brewster's has a key lime ice cream, and it actually has crust in it. I have to limit how much of it I eat, but it actually has the crust like from a key lime pie in it. You know, a lot of people don't like key lime. A lot of people say they don't like the lemon meringue pies, at least. But those are two of my favorites, so to each his own. Just thinking about my camera setup and how this bike is set up. The fairing on this bike, which is really part of the body work, but the wind protection up front is part of the frame. It's not fork mounted, and on my previous bike I had it mounted to the fork, so I notice I have to position my camera and the extension on it in the perfect position, because if I turn the handlebars and this camera is sticking out forward, when my windshield rises as I take off, it may limit how far I can turn, or it will limit how far I can turn it before the let me go into reverse and back up. It'll limit how far I can turn before it hits the windshield, so I have to pay attention to that. But I guess I do prefer the non-fork mounted wind protection up front, or so-called fairing, or it's not a bat wing on here, so let's go check out. This bike also has a parking brake. Make sure I put it on. Let's go ahead and go over here and get this ice cream. See you guys in a little bit. I got the ice cream loot. Put it in my cooler. Let me protect this ice cream from thawing out too much. This is what we got. You see the crust in it? Key lime. Brewster's. So I put it in my cooler. and get ready to head back. Guys, I guess you could have taken your helmet off while I was getting my ice cream. The skies are looking better here. And we'll head back. Sit down and enjoy it. See the little doggy up front there is enjoying some ice cream. I do understand. Looks like the gas prices have dropped. It's $3.03, $3.04 basically. Got $2.99 right there. Guess it depends on where you get it from. Thought the racetrack would have maybe lower than Amoco. Racetrack is similar to the Quick Trip that we have here in Georgia. I think Quick Trip is based in North Carolina, I think. Racetrack is based in Georgia. Guess you guys can kind of see those trees up there, how they're moving from the wind. So the lady at the Brewsters was saying her children live in Arkansas, which is where the storm is coming from. And she's saying that her children said they're having a bad storm out there, so it's headed this way. Guys, if you ride motorcycles, what was your first motorcycle? And if you've changed motorcycles since your first one, what was the progress? What did you go from first to second, and so forth and so on? This motorcycle is an experience, kind of like no others on the roadway. I may have to do a video on the differences between the ones I've had and the ones I have, to discuss I guess the features and why I changed from one to another, the different features that are available as I change, and why I changed from one to the other. I might have to do a video on that if I can find pictures of my previous two. If I hadn't seen other videos where I mentioned when I started with motorcycle wise, I took my motorcycle safety foundation class in, I think, February of 2006 at the Atlanta Harley-Davidson dealership, and they had, at that time, motorcycle company Buell, B-U-E-L-L, that I think Harley owned at the time. I rode a Buell Blast, which was around a 500cc motorcycle. It was real small, real short, but I can ride smaller motorcycles. Well, at least for taking a class. It's not necessarily comfortable for long distances. And then I bought a Suzuki Boulevard C50 Cruiser, 805cc, 5-speed manual transmission. And then I went, that was an 06 model, and I think I got an 06. I have to go back and check my paperwork whether I started in 06 or 07. And then 2015, I actually bought a brand new 2012 model at Yamaha. It sat at the dealership for 3 years. Nobody bought it. It had 0 miles on it. So I bought the 2012 Yamaha in 2015. And then I was looking, actually, not necessarily looking to get a different motorcycle. I was actually looking for a car, a manual transmission car, before they stopped making manual transmissions, and they seem to be going away quickly. I was looking at the Volkswagen GTI manual, and they actually sell more dual clutch transmission versions of the GTI. I was following a Facebook group, a GTI group, and I was looking at all the complaints about I forgot what generation GTI that is. The current one, it may be generation 8, I'm unsure. Just so many, well, not so many, but about the build quality. The transmission shift lever was known to break off. It was real plasticky, it would break off, and some other issues with it. The touch screens, or the capacitive touch in the infotainment system, they didn't like it, and a lot of the stuff was in the screen. They removed a lot of the physical buttons, and there was an issue with that. So I wanted, then I changed, well, I was looking at 2, but that was the first one, because it had a turbocharged engine. Then I was looking at the Mazda 3 hatchback, also manual transmission, both of them hatchbacks. And then they were, every dealership I checked with was either they didn't have the color, or they were charging $3,000, $3,300 above MSRP because they were hard to come by, I guess, or because of the pandemic prices they were still operating in. So I decided to look at the Honda Goldwing, and I actually have a DCT in the Honda Goldwing rather than the manual transmission. Is just surprised at how much I like it. So that's my motorcycle experience so far. Well, except for the Hayabusa. I got a buddy that actually gave me his Suzuki Hayabusa, which is manual transmission, so I still have the experience of shifting my own gears with that, while I have it, at least. So far that's my motorcycling experience. Let me know what your experience is and whether you've taken any safety or riding classes. See, the flowers are starting to bloom. Some of the trees are starting to bud some leaves. Makes me even more ready for the riding season. I just have to get through the pollen that we have. We have real heavy pollen and actually coats your cars in green pollen from the flowers blooming and all of that stuff. So I can ride in it, but I don't have major allergies or not really affected by the pollen as some people are. Some people actually have to stay inside and can't have terrible allergies from spring pollen and spring season period. I guess because of the pollen, not just the season, just the environment. So I'm ready for the riding season to be in full blast. Guys, I think I'm gonna end this video here. You guys can go ahead and take off your helmets. Your ride is over. Thank you for riding.